I'm Scott, and this is Allie, and we live in Seattle. Over the last several years, we've owned and operated 2 boats in the Pacific Northwest. And now we're on our search for a liveaboard cruiser. So hit the subscribe button now to come along with us on our boating journey and see where it leads.
We left Prevost Harbor and headed north to Stuart Island to anchor at Prevost Harbor, which is about 8 nautical miles. We chose Prevost over Reid Harbor because Kurt said it was a little more scenic and quieter bay. It was a beautiful trip, but unfortunately, we had to stop every 15 minutes to let the pumps bail out the water that we were taking on.
About to see the world in action. We can be life with no distractions. We'll get away.
This is fun.
So we just got a high water alarm, so we're going to go look in the engine room. We do have high water coming in right here, seeping into the engine bay here and there. We have no idea where it's coming from. We think it is coming from somewhere aft, because the aft bilge is not working currently. The mid-bilge pump and the forward bilge pump are both working. So we are pumping the water overboard as we sit and idle. It's only underway that we're bringing on water, and we have no idea where the source is. Here we see the bilge pumping out over the side, so we're getting rid of all that water very quickly, but it's still pretty scary, so I'm not quite sure what we're going to do once we get into Stuart Island.
Well, so our high water alarm went off again. We decided to check halfway around Stuart what was happening, and sure enough it was filling up with water, so we stopped so the bilges could catch up, and our aft bilge pump doesn't work, and they're going to replace it at Friday Harbor tomorrow. We think because the stern thruster is all corroded that maybe the water is coming in through the thruster when we're underway. So our option is from Friday Harbor to Anacortes. We can either stop, go, pump, stop, go, pump, stop, go, pump, or we take the ferry. We're heading into Stuart. On the Stuart Island and Prevost Bay, or what's it called?
So, yeah, Prevost Harbor.
Prevost Harbor. Prevost Harbor. Our first night at anchor, too. Too much drama. Quick update for everyone. So thank you for everyone's comments and help. It's been very helpful. Obviously, we don't own this boat, so it's hard for us to know what's happening. We do not take on water when we stop. What happens is we take on water when we're moving, and then the bilges kick in, and without having an aft bilge, which they knew about, it can't work. So we are safe. We are actually in Prevost Harbor on Stuart Island, which is really, really pretty here. It's our first time at anchor. We think what the problem might be is with the stern thruster, because it's corroded and it doesn't work, and it happens to be that the lazarette fills up with water first, so we'll see if that's it. So today we're good. We're gonna go take the dinghy over to shore and go explore Stuart Island. So we're safe, so thank you all, and we really appreciate it. Made it to Stuart Island. We just took the dinghy in, and we're going to go explore a little bit. We are only here for one day, so we don't get to do a whole lot.
It's not going to be in-depth. There's plenty of videos there for Stuart Island here in San Juan.
Yeah.
So just a few highlights. So literally about 500 yards from Prevost Harbor is Reid Harbor. You just kind of walk through the forest here, and right at the new harbor. So they got more, they have a couple more floating docks. And this is Reid Harbor on Stuart Island.
We are hiking Stuart Island. We did not go to the Still House because we just didn't have time. So we're just taking a quick tour around the island on a trail. It's been fun. We only had 24 hours on Stuart Island, so we decided to take a quick trail hike, and on our way, we got a phone call from Cal that another alarm was on. We hurried back only to find out it was the GPS low voltage alarm. We don't know why the GPS turned back on, but we turned it off and it went away. After that, we headed back out to explore the bay. Yeah, I think we should have the dinghy out, not put back up until we know we're not going to sing tonight. we need to have an escape route to shore.
Scissors, something.
Sous vide, fillets, we just grilled corn.
Plate, Cal?
Plates are underneath there.
Scissors.
How about just a knife?
And it's really, really.
We're trying to figure out what the noise is. We think it's the generator. It is weird. I can hear the noise, but we don't think it's...
You need a flashlight. It's going.
Why is it going?
So why can't we
Because
turn
it's
it on?
not turning off. It must be on manual.
Well, it says on auto.
That's what we hear, is that bilge pump has just been going this whole time. Oh my god, this trip. The bilges aren't shutting off. So it was not the neighbor's generator that we heard. It's ourselves. And I said I heard something up front. Remember we kept saying all day, I hear it. What is that? It's something up front. And you can hear it.
There it goes. There, you did it.
What was that? What did you just do, Scott? So my question is, why? What was that, and why was it going off?
Because we had all the switches on
Yeah, they were turned on to manual rather than...
tops. So any place you turn it on manual, it's going to make it go on manual.
Yeah.
So it was just struggling, kind of like on our old boat.
Well, there was nothing for it to pump out.
So it was just struggling to. It was trying to pump out on a manual.
Right.
But there was no water there. That's
Right.
why I was making that noise. And then what did you do? You switched it back to auto?
Yeah.
I thought it was on auto here, though.
Well, it probably was, but it was on manual up above.
Yeah.
So it was on manual up above and auto here.
Mm-hmm. Manual overrides auto.
Yeah.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Oh.
So now we're all...
Yeah.
Okay.
So now we're good.
Well, now we know what the noise was. That's been the battle God almighty. If you want to know about bilge pumps, just call us, because we've had a vacation of bilge pumps, right? Well, we're grateful for them, but oh my God, this has been the trip from, I don't even know what to call it. Oh, I mean, I don't even know what to say about today. We've had multiple alarms. We've talked to the owners of Anacortes, yacht brokers. No matter what, this has been not as relaxing as we thought. So we'll see how it goes. Now, today, or tomorrow, we have to go from Stuart Island to Friday Harbor. And then the next day, we have to go from Friday Harbor to Anacortes. And I'm a little freaked out about making that trek, knowing that we're taking on water. Anybody would. It's a 2-hour trip, and most people probably would not do it. So, and thank God we have my brother-in-law with us, who's a chief engineer from the ferries. He knows his stuff, but this has not been a relaxing journey by any means. So we'll see where we go tomorrow.
The next morning, while Kurt, Cal, and Tracy went off to visit the yak farm, I decided to investigate the suspected source of the leak. So we have a couple of issues down here that we think might be causing the leaking. So what we're looking at back here is the stern thruster. So as you can see, there is some rust coming from the bolts, so there is some degradation to the hardware there. We're thinking that that's probably about the only place that it could be coming from. We're not seeing any issues with the rudder packing here on the starboard side or over here on the port side. We did figure out, we think, the issue with the aft bilge pump. It seems like it had popped a fuse. So we corrected that. So once we're underway today, we will see if that takes care of the pumping out issue back here. So if all the water was coming in from the stern thruster, it would be coming right down into this bilge. And since you're a little bit lower, sitting a little bit lower underway in the stern, all the water is building up back here. And then when we slow down, all that water rushes into the engine room and the mid bilge, and it just couldn't handle the deluge of water. So we got the high water alarm. So we're hoping that as we go underway, even though we haven't really determined the cause of the leak yet, and we anticipate leaking more while we're underway, we're anticipating that the aft bilge pump here will at least assist in pumping out the water, and we should be able to go without any issues to Friday Harbor here from Stuart Island. So we'll just have to wait and see. We'll give you an update when we get to Friday Harbor.
We are at Stuart Island, and this is Prevost Harbor. We anchored here last night, and it was fabulous. I mean, I guess the winds kicked up last night, and I didn't even feel them.
Yeah, I mean, the boat stayed stable, but it was lapping up against the hull pretty good.
Yeah.
Woke me up, so.
We're only here for the one night. This is a short trip anyways. We're now this morning heading to Friday Harbor. I would love to come. We didn't get to go to the schoolhouse. We did do a quick trail yesterday.
Yeah.
I'd like to come back here, anchor here for a couple of days and just kind of check things out next time. So I would highly recommend Stuart Island.
Yeah,
the bay is
harbor.
very protected, and it was flat calm last night. So we took the dinghy out and we went around the island, and that was really cool too. And even the bay, even the Puget Sound was completely flat. So I would definitely recommend it. So kind of where we're at. Last night you noticed that the fuse had popped out for the aft bilge pump. So what we don't know is when we get underway today is maybe the aft bilge will actually be working. Doesn't mean we don't have a leak though. We still have a leak.
It's just that we'll be able to better keep up with the leak. Luckily we're only going to Friday Harbor. It's only what, 10, 11?
It's 11 miles
away, so about an hour.
And we
underway.
We do think that it is potentially the stern thruster looks really corroded, so maybe water's coming in through where the bolts are. Of course, my biggest worry is when does it finally just go. And so I think what we talked about was having a sleeping bag ready to stuff in
the hole if the stern thruster happens to fall off the boat, which I don't anticipate it happening, but hey, it could, and you got to be prepared for it.
Yeah, with the rattling, so we'll have to monitor it the whole way, and still decide if it's safe to take it tomorrow from Friday Harbor back to Anacortes. So that we've been in talks with Anacortes yacht charters throughout this whole thing. I don't know if they're overly concerned about us taking on water. They don't seem to be. They
don't seem to be. So, and I'm kind of concerned about the fact that they're not concerned. So we'll deal with that on Thursday.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
we have a mechanic coming out to Friday Harbor to meet us today. He thinks he's replacing the bilge pump, and we don't know if we need that yet or not till we get underway. We're still going to have him come out because we still want him to take a look at the stern thruster where it's corroded. So. Yeah. There is a ferry. We could always, jump on the ferry, but we have all of our.
We have all of our gear. There's no way we could.
There's no way. We have tubs and bags, so I guess we could rent a car or something. I don't know, and they pay for it.
Rent a car from Friday Harbor back to the mainland.
No, back to Anacortes just to get on the.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, because you can take the. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens. So beautiful here. And
yeah.
We're just relaxing this morning. We can't check in until 1 o'clock today. And you've never been, so we're going to go explore Friday Harbor, and that will be in our next episode.
Well, at least we know what the problem is. We're not gonna sink because of it.
So please leave your comments down below and subscribe to our channel and ring the little bell to make sure you get notifications. You do need to download the YouTube app in order to get those notifications. We would love to hear from you, and please share our channel. We've got some fun things coming down the pike, and including our trip to the BVIs that we've also chartered. Hopefully that goes a little better. So we appreciate you following us, and tune in next time where we go to Friday Harbor.
Thanks everyone. See you soon.